Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about King in Black Venom. I had to pick this guy up very carefully and very gingerly because there's a lot of him. There's a heck of a lot going on with this figure. So quite frankly, guys, let's talk about him. First of all, I mean, is there one thing that stands out more than anything else? Yeah, this guy has some big-ass wings, and that's where kind of the big selling point for this set goes, because there are a lot of Venoms out there, but I think this is the first time that we've got any kind of big-time 616 version of this character who's so much more unique and unusual with this massive big Batwing look going on here. And you know what, for me, I don't need a Batwing Venom, because I just want classic versions, but that is where you can just pop these wings off. But before I do, we'll take a look at them, and I gotta say, the engineering on these, it's really nice. Kind of like the Sauron Build-A-Figure, they come in, each wing is two separate parts, so you can articulate them as high or kind of tucked down as you like. But the fact of the matter is, like, that is gonna take up a lot of space. And this is a look that Venom doesn't have for all that much time in the comics. Although actually, little insider note, he grew wings long before King in Black. He's done this gimmick a few times when he wants to fly. Like if he gets chucked out of a helicopter or something, he's like, no problem, shabom, got me some wings. But yeah, certainly King in Black, it was quite iconic. But I'm going to take these off here so that you can gaze upon my glorious visage. I'm not a huge fan of winged Venom as a display piece, but certainly looking at these, they have done a very nice job of giving you this kind of bat-like sort of texture. It does look a bit gnarly, a bit creepy, very, very cool in that regard. And the red on the inside looks very pretty. It's a very deep, dark red that actually does have some shading and fading with the black as well. So these together, that's really cool. And then the actual bone-like structure of the wings, that's cool. I dig it. I really dig it. What I would have dug more would have been if they could have gone on the back of Null. As I've mentioned in the Null review, this would have been way cooler. And then I could have had a regular Venom and Null with the wings. That would have looked super awesome. But that's not the world we live in. So, we've spoken about the wings, let's talk about the actual Venom figure. And kind of like with the Spider-Man Spinneret Renew Your Vows 2-pack, it's like, I bought that just for Spider-Man. Really, I bought this 2-pack just to have a 616 classic Venom. Because this dude, he is bee's knees. I gotta say, when I took him out of the packaging, I was like, oh my! This is a lot nicer than I was expecting, and I used to own the Sony movie Venom, and that's the same body, so I should have known what to expect, but I was still surprised at how big and sort of ominous looking he is. So the new things for this, of course, are the Venom heads, and this Venom head is like, it's my perfect Venom head right here. I think that they've really captured that kind of great 90s looking Venom. He's got like the lips and the eyes look really cool. I love the way that the gums go right up the side and they're all sculpted in. They're all sculpted in real deep and real nice. That's really, really great. And I think similar to Null himself, pictures online don't necessarily do it justice, because really once you have him in hand and you can see the way that the light and the shadows dance off of the deeper sculpting, it really brings that face to life. It's very, very nice in that regard. Now, the pink on the tongue and the gums, that's something I would have liked if they had just like tweaked a little bit more, because they are completely the same. So it looks like a lot of just like plastic that is not that sort of detailed. And it's a shame, because the tongue, for example, it's really detailed. There's a lot of like little nubdules and I don't know what words I'm saying here, but there's a lot of texture on the tongue. So if there was a dry brush going on there, or if it was just like a bit of a different color to the gums, just to differentiate a little bit more, it would really make those details pop and stand out. Similarly, a little bit of green Venom slime, that would have been really nice too. So there's more details they could have put on there, but what they do have is nice. Just saying. Could have been nicer. And then, of course, the bone white of the teeth, that makes them look real jagged, real mean, real nasty. So yeah, I'm pointing out little things, but on the whole, I really, really love this head. And this ain't the only head, because we've also got straight up grinning Venom head. Let me pop this on here. There we go. So we got the Venom head. And this is, it's nice to have. It feels very movie to me. This feels very Sony movie kind of look. But it's decent to have a different look. But for me personally, I'm always going to want more. I'm always going to want more extreme, so I'll always go for gnashing jaws, open mouth with gums and tongue. That's always going to be my go-to Venom. But having this very sinister look, I dig it as a replacement that you can have. And also, it strikes me as very, very mid-90s Venom limited series type look. In the mid-90s, they never gave Venom an ongoing series, but it was just constant mini-series one after another, and this sort of look visually, I always associate with that. But I'm going to put back on the more animated head because it's just more fun for me. I get a real kick out of this guy. So also on the body itself, as you know, it's the Sony body. So we've seen this before. One thing that is really nice about it is, of course, the kind of texture. It's not just smooth. It feels like a hide, like a leathery kind of hide, which is really nice. And if we look on the back, we can see some good and bad points. First of all, like the little veins and stuff, that's cool, makes them feel alive and organic. Then you got these two big craters where the wings go. That is a shame. And I was disappointed about that when I opened it. I was like, ah, man, come on. So I got over it pretty quickly because you're very rarely ever going to see the back. But it does make me think, how far away are we from another re-release of this without the holes in the back? Because obviously they have the original Sony Venom that doesn't have the holes. So they can just repaint the Sony Venom again with this regular spider logo. Maybe give a unmasked Eddie Brock head. I might find myself buying that one as well. So you can already see into the future like, okay, I see potential here. But still, like I said, the holes, they're kind of annoying, but how often are you ever going to see them? And then going down the body, the rest of the articulation is great. You've got the torso swivel, you've got the ab crunch, so you can get some really, articulatable or flexible poses. You can have him web swinging through the air. That looks really, really cool. One little gripe I have, it's only small though, is that the ankles, I think just because of the design, there's really not much in the way of dorsiflexion. This is plantarflexion, like you're planting your foot down, and then dorsiflexion is where it goes up the other way. And there's really not a huge amount of movement in that regard. But there's enough that you can get him sort of stepping forward and it looks okay. I'd like maybe a little bit more movement available, but just because the arch of the foot is quite high. It's not the arch of the foot, it's, well, the top of the foot is quite high. There's not a huge amount of motion there, but there's enough to get some nice dynamic poses. And that's what's important. So if we're going to stack him up now next to the King in Black, and I'll throw in Black Costume Spider-Man as well so you can see them all together, we've got a great range of heights and sizes and just a bunch of badasses. And you can see Venom just looks so mean, so imposing next to Spider-Man. I really, really love how that looks. So I gotta say, no spoilers here. I really love this guy. Also, you got some fisted hands as well. So you can see him. He can do like the classic fist web firing type pose. I love that. The more I talk about this guy, the happier I am with him. So let's give him a grade. So for King in Black, Eddie Brock Venom, I'm going to give him a solid 7.5 out of 10. I was tempted to go higher. I wanted to give him an 8, but the fact he's got the holes in the back, I'm not a big fan of that. And also, I would have liked some more detailed paintwork on the jaws and the mouth itself. Maybe an unmasked Eddie head. That would have looked great. It feels to me that as good as this is, kind of holding a few things back for a future release. Who knows? But I do want to say, really great figure. Very, very impressed. This whole King in Black set, yes, it's expensive, but you do get some lovely figures, and for that, I'm not going to be mad. And guys, that does it for my King in Black Venom review. What do you think about the figure? Comment below, let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you got to do. You got to join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And also, go over to the Patreon and throw some money at Dave. He would like that. Or stay here on YouTube and get yourself a YouTube channel membership. Those are good too. And also go over to Instagram and join that and the Facebook group. Oh, he's got loads of stuff. They're all in the check the link in the description below. And get a t-shirt. Not enough people are buying t-shirts. And also, if you want to see Dave's other channels, then there is displaying Miscellaneous Behaviour and Model Behaviour Wrestling. All the links are down there in the description. Just go look at them. Alright, see ya. It's no door that way. Just bye.